which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All members are present except for Mr. Stanley and Dr. Sneak.
Mission statement, Madison-Grant is an innovative education community empowering students to be future ready. And vision statement, we're here to inspire, cultivate, develop excellence in every art guide. Public expressions, the public is always invited to speak before the board. Please stand and recognized by the president. State your first and last name. Comments should be addressed to the board and be limited to items on the agenda. No complaints or accusations regarding personnel will be allowed during the public discussion time. Time limit of 3 minutes will be given. If more than one person is represented for a group, only one spokesperson will be heard. There's an opportunity for additional comments and non-agenda items towards the end of the meeting. We have anybody to discuss. Next, we have Madison County royalty to speak this evening. And McKeelich is going to talk to us about positive youth development, experiential learning.
So I'm Emma Keelis. I'm the 2025 Miss Madison County, and I'm here to talk about this program that Madison County does throughout the Madison County schools. It is the 4-H in the Classroom program. So we introduced this program a few years ago when our educator Jessica came into our county, and we have seen incredible growth throughout 4-H, and it just introduces 4-H in the classroom to the students who might not know what 4-H is. So we have had a 6% increase in members, so that's 803 members, and a 10% increase in fair projects, which is a big number because actually in the state of Indiana, we are the only county that has increased over the last few years. So we introduced different topics in the classroom. So last year, we had 3 different types of projects that students could do. So 4 NG teachers actually participated in the chicken embryology project, so they got to hatch their own chickens in the classroom. And there's an ag day field trip opportunity for the 3rd grade and the class to clover learning on display, which just talks about different 4-H projects. So if teachers have another idea in mind for a project they would like to introduce into their classroom, you can just contact Jessica, our educator, and she will get that in there. Or if you would like to do one of these topics here, just contact her and we can get that into your classroom. Thank you.
And Linda, outside of the ones with the chickens for our class, is that all we've had in the classroom?
Yes, that's all we have done. Yeah.
And more than that be done?
Yes.
Like what?
Anything, really, anything involving 4-H. So as long as the teacher knows something about 4-H, you can contact Jessica and get that.
Does the student have to be part of 4-H?
No, the student does not have to be a part of 4-H. So if the student is not a member and they have a project they want to put into 4-H, then they just the teacher needs to contact Jessica and we can get that project in for the fair that year for that student.
And do they have a lesson plan associated with this?
Yes.
Do they?
Yes, Jessica does.
So does this include art projects, English projects? What other kind of projects are we talking?
So yes, art projects, reading projects, there's a rocketry club, anything that fits in the 4-H department of like projects and indoor projects they can do and send to the 4-H fair.
So do they get judged just like every other 4-H'er?
Yes.
They have the opportunity to take care of the projects.
Yes.
I think we'll pass on rockets and class. But everything else sounds appealing.
I helped with the reading project at the Madison Fair, and there was a teacher from Anderson. Her entire class participated and brought in several reading projects. It was wonderful to work with that.
Yeah, she was one of the first ones that kicked it off. She took in 36 projects that first year she did it. And like I said, anything from an art project that a student does in the regular art classroom can be turned in for a 4-H project. So, yeah, these students actually get a chance to see their stuff and go to the county fair and display. You know, some kids are behind in 4-H. It's really good stuff.
Emma, have you taken this presentation to other students?
I did not, you're my first one.
Okay,
I plan to continue.
okay, that's good.
Well,
Like it helped you get into the other students.
I was like, what do we need to do to make this one her best presentation ever? We don't want the other schools to be like showing us stuff.
Yeah, just get a hold of, if you want this in the classroom, just get a hold of Jessica or myself and we'll figure out how to get it in any age group of the classrooms. So it's mainly for like 3rd grade to 12th grade because that's considered regular 4-H. You can do it in the younger age divisions, but they'll just go into like the mini 4-H back.
But even then, it gets in the regular 4-H. So we can kind of get a taste of it as a mini. And then grab the regular 4-H.
How's this all? So this is all for this. So obviously, kids, but doesn't, they're in Grant County, but still.
So, which Jessica has worked some with the Grant County educators. Typically, most counties have an educator. So she has worked, this was a topic that was brought up. She has worked with that Grant County, that person off the top of her head, but she has worked with that person before. But she will do what she needs to, if that means that we continue to increase the rate of the state of Indiana. Then she's got to do some work with Grant County educators, or Grant County 4-H.
Well, so we know those, not that most kids care, but the kids.
Sure. Sure.
She records.
Is it, okay,
She contacted me one time, like, you know, about doing great. So,
okay,
she was actually looking for some kids to help out in the classrooms. Okay. Yeah, we teaching opportunities.
yeah,
So they're going to
Yeah.
students that are interested in teaching.
yeah, and that was just this big thing, is that she found out who she needs to contact as far as
Yeah.
principals, teachers. She could work with them to say, okay, you know, it's, I don't want to say as simple, but, you know, stuff that they're already doing in the classroom can be turned into that. So, yeah, for some kids, that's pretty neat to have their stuff shipped, things like that.
Well, and the good of it. All the Asians, some job.
Yes,
It's a lot better than when.
yes, it does. Yes, it
Thanks,
does. Thank you
Emma.
very much.
Good luck in your other schools. Don't let them be better than ours. Okay. Come back. Tell us if they're better. We'll fix it.
There you go.
Approval of minutes. The minutes of school board meeting and executive session held on September 23rd, 2025. They're in your folder. The approval is fine.
Any questions on the minutes? Motion for approval, please. First by Mrs. Martin, second by Mrs. Longacre, all those in favor, motion passes.
Next is approval of vouchers. Count payable checks 36600 to 36633. Vouchers B 502320 and B 502337. And the payroll from on 9/26 totaling $1,474,093.62. That's for approval.
Any questions on vouchers? Any motion for approval, first by Mr. Venus, second by Mr. Wyden, all those in favor, motion passes.
We have one personnel item for you to approve tonight. It's in clerk report, but that's for approval this time.
Motion for the approval of personnel. First by Mrs. Longacre, second by Mr. Venus, all those in favor, motion passes.
Next, lucky for us, we have a slew of approvals for donations. Park Elementary has $100 from Fairmount Wesleyan Church. Those are used to be for social committee and teacher appreciation. Second, we've had junior high school, we had $50 for Union Chapel Community Church and $60 for Fairmount Friends Church. Funds to be used for SCA and arts. And we had one from Somerville Elementary for $163 for the Fairmount Lions Club. Funds to be used for needy student fund.
The motion to approve the donations. First by Mrs. Martin, second by Mrs. Longy, all those in favor, motion passes.
We have a few fundraisers for this evening. Somerville and Park are requesting permission to hold Tax to the Teacher fundraiser October 3rd to the 10th. I believe that's already started. Money raised will support the Student Activities Fund. We question that these are not official tattoos.
That's a shame.
They are just stickers. So I felt more comfortable with this fundraiser. The second one is also Somerville Elementary and Park Elementary Schools request permission to sell Miss Witt's pies beginning October 27th. That is also a very popular fundraiser. Money raised to support Student Activities Fund. And the junior senior high student council are requesting permission to host the 2025 trunk or treat on October 23rd. Cost is $20 per trunk. Money raised will support the needy family fund. And that's what we do every year. After approval this time.
Any questions on fundraisers? Any vote for approval? First by Mr. Janus, second by Mrs. Longy, all those in favor.
Next is approval of the transportation handbook. This is done every year. Normally the tweaks to this are tweaks to behavior portion of the handbook. That's usually addressed also in the student handbook as well. But we asked for your approval this time just so that is from the board and you know to address the after. So I ask for your approval this time for the transportation handbook.
Any questions on transportation?
There was one note that said like, so the buses should be started regularly. I just wondered, like, get some concerns about what time it's being.
Well, and a lot of it, the reason for this written regularly is because sometimes we don't have weather that's going to cause a problem with the bus. So, like if we hit real cold days, they want to start it more often than if we have.
So do they have like a schedule that they've got it
They don't. And depending on some of the drivers, they use kind of a generic phrase for that. Some of the drivers keep them outside. Some of them are inside in a big pole barn where they don't get any weather. That's some of the other. They all have lots. And they're all supposed to be plugged in.
It was in there.
Yeah.
I just didn't know, like, if the mechanic wanted them started in that weather. But
He usually gives them, I think they contact the driver as well over the break saying, hey, we're expecting some cold weather. And I think Kristen texts them regularly to inform them of weather, pending weather.
Is there anything that they don't start it? Does that nullify any sort of a warranty or anything as far as kind of along those lines? We say regularly, but if we don't define it, does that somehow limit the warranty?
There's not a golden rule on how often. The only thing we do, especially when we're coming off Christmas break, we send out reminders, hey, get out that way.
it's like the day before the mechanic was go.
Right.
The morning of is
It's
for
hard.
sure. Yeah, for sure.
All right, that's what I want. It sounds like it's.
Especially paying bus. I was thinking it's so much. How much does this have? Yeah, it's not. Exactly. It's not. All buses. Doors on the front. When the door on the stops.
It stops.
Oh, the stop check on the front bus. Here. I think the words is just on the front.
I saw a
Behind the door.
open that bell. That's something.
It- It could be, I don't know if that's a, obviously, like, electrical needs to go back and add it, might be
As far as people,
yeah,
I just saw another school, have it. It could be enough.
it's probably an option, I'm sure.
Question had to talk about it.
Yeah. We've been buying, the last few buses we purchased have all been stock buses, because we did this station chamber. Then we do a non-stock bus. So a stock bus probably would have an additional stock bus.
The accident for breakfast attachment is assuming attachment for emergency.
Yeah.
It does not say attachment to the home anywhere. That education would be lost. Further to the file. You would know how they pay in this emergency.
Gotcha.
So we just think that you might want
We'll have,
to tighten that.
I'll have, yeah, thank you.
Pretty big school, so it's hard.
Where we keep,
Or they- yeah.
every driver has one. in the bus.
And then there's online support.
Yeah, we got one.
And associates.
Well, I'm not assuming.
No, no,
Maybe tomorrow.
Any other questions, comments? I need a motion for the approval of the accident. Mr. Venus, second by Mr. Longacre, those in favor?
Miscellaneous. First item in miscellaneous is first reading of the old policy. This was dated November 24th. Reason these are late coming in, they had a transition of personnel where somebody was going to accept that position to be our account rep, and then they resigned before they even started doing. So I would resign. This is an incredibly big job. Anna can attest to the fact that when we make changes, we sit down for several hours and go through them with our account rep. Some of them are easy, some of them are long. So yeah, this is an important job as we keep them up to date. We have a meeting again Thursday,
Friday.
with our rep again to go over the next steps. So this will be the first reading for this set. Have any questions that go through that next week?
There were several items dealing with the AI policies.
Yes, there are on this. Sure. And I'd like to say that isn't going to change in the next one, but it may. I think that's going to be ever evolving. So that's just the first reading. There's no vote for that tonight. CFO update. Mr. Mann did not have anything tonight for that, so we'll cruise right into the buy updates. I've registered everybody for the November 3rd region meeting over in Cocoa. We'll be doing that on November 3rd. You're all registered today, so that's been done. Registration at 5:30, dinner at 6. So I think everybody signed up to go. And Ben going as well. Teacher appreciation grant funds. That is another item that is continuing to evolve a little bit. We have started. We're right now kind of finishing up collective bargaining. Since they aren't going to distribute that money until April, we have a little bit of time. I don't think we have to answer our people that are recommending for that until the end of January. So we have some time. We still want to get around with a few of our teachers, so they know exactly how this is going to be handled. So there's no questions. But we opted in. I think at last count, I heard that there were some schools that were not opting in. It's a slippery slope. If you don't opt in, I think everybody's afraid that it gives the impression you don't need the money, or your teachers aren't worth it. One of the two. So I think that sends a bad message. uh, teacher appreciation fund. So I think that number relatively small, but I haven't seen accounts, and I don't think we're publishing who.
Where's the overhead for you to offer?
In place.
Is it excessive paperwork or?
It's a job form. It's a job form. It's just go in and I'm doing it.
5 minutes or?
Less
When will the funds be distributed to teachers?
in April. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, it.
Wait, would,
Well, here's a problem that I see. A lot of only certain teacher groups even qualify.
okay, so if you're school did,
Some of the teachers association groups in the schools are not wanting to isolate, given being some of them being available to get teacher appreciation, but some of them not. They think, and so we're working through a couple options, but one of the options is having our teachers apply for it. That way they're showing evidence how they apply, and then whatever that number is, they still have to go to state, and they have to match up what they're doing, and what they're approving is legitimate. And so, in my humble opinion, I don't think it's a great plan.
The job form you apply, it's application for the teachers receiving monies, that is, that's
It's not extensive, but they're just pretty rigid about, if you have, and I don't have that from me, I apologize for that. They make you, decide, say a hard to fill position, it qualifies for the highest amount. If you have an official mentor that you visit regularly, that's a qualifying for the highest one. If you're in a hard to fill position, that's one of the ones that are really bothering people, the hard to fill. So that means some people are eligible and some people aren't, based on the position they hold. Some people don't think that's right, but I also don't think it's right just to say I don't want that money. I'll let my teachers work through it. And, it's not a great plan, but it's a plan nonetheless.
There are certain sign up plans that schools that follow. So elsewhere, it's such.
There is a certain amount, the state, I think the state has, I'm guessing on number plan, it's in the 30 billion. So if schools opt out, they're just not going to use all that money. That money goes back to school. No.
good news.
And that's the same, there couldn't be enough. Just for the record, this is all public knowledge. I'm not speaking out of turn. Collective bargaining, we had our second collective bargaining meeting. That went fairly well. I think we're getting really close. We're on the timeline. We'd like to have that to you by the first board meeting in November at the latest. We have till November 15th to do that. That's in our calendar. So, but we're getting close now. It's just everybody, this time of year, everybody's busy, so we can't spend a lot of time after school. They're all doing different things. So, SCA 1, I just keep putting this up there because I think I want to keep that out, keep mentioning that every time. I think it's getting beat to death a little bit, but it's really causing problems for a lot of schools, and I want to keep that up there. And one day, I hope that I'm going to say, send it, roll back one. They're addressing some of the problems with that, so I like to talk about that. Until that happens, we're just going to keep that out there. Oh, and the last item is we're being audited again. Timing's impeccable because we're going through collective bargaining. Budget just got done, and now it's audit time. And that's state audit. And that's always, not only is that time consuming to get everything you want, but it's expensive. And at a time where nobody wants to spend extra money on an audit. But nonetheless, the audit has to be done, so this is our turn. So just letting you know that that's coming through. And then we're staring right now at November of switching over to our new financial package. So there's a lot of oars in the water right now as far as finance.
For those, I was gonna ask that, so we have not done the application.
No, in fact, we're getting backups now. We're getting backups real regular because as we make that transition, and a couple days before we get that final date, we're just going to stop doing anything, and so we don't have to catch up too much. But we're getting backups regularly to make sure that we're up to date. We do that final process.
It's all still probably.
This audit, we should be okay for this audit. The next audit will have that transition.
What's that? One of the program.
That was one reason. The other reason is that the older company have moved all their customer support overseas.
Yeah.
And that's not uncommon. I mean, a lot of companies have done that, but they just have the response time has not been as good as when we started using it. So, yeah, why that's unfortunate. But we need support. It's not like we can wait several days on financial support. And that is all I have to say. Public expressions. The public is always invited to speak before the board. They stand recognized by the president and state your first and last name. Comments should be addressed to the board and be limited to corporation issues only. No complaints or accusations regarding personnel will be allowed during this public discussion time. Time limit of 3 minutes will be given. If more than one person is represented for a group, only one spokesperson will be. Well, that's one thing. Nobody wants to speak.
Look, there's a girl game, so maybe like all the girl game. Watch elementary kids. They had a whole bunch of dress up weeks. They gave me all the feedback. Right, they were in here one time. That was the song. You are a big deal. And I was like, why didn't you say anything? I didn't even the mask. They were really excited about taking the teacher to the wall and the dress up days. And, I think some of those days get blurred over, but they're pretty excited about it, and it created some common ground for it across. You don't realize it's very top, but it created some common ground for it, right? Across all the groups. So I don't know. That was one little highlight from my past discussions with the girl game. So
Mrs. Crowley not only got taped to the wall, she got slimed as well.
yeah.
So
Yes.
she's taking one for the team.
Right.
About every day.
I don't think this is
It's like the same day.
I don't know about the same. Maybe they slimed why she was taped to the wall. I don't know. But yeah,
Mrs. Lee got taped up. So it was a big discussion with all of that. And I think the 9 weeks is in the first into the 9 weeks. So everybody's busy. Oh, that's happening, and that happens everywhere, but they're also excited about fall break. So I was like, of course, everyone's excited about fall break. They were excited, like it's only their. I'm like, administrators are excited. The teachers are excited. Like janitors are excited. Like everyone gets excited about it. And so these are my thoughts for the last couple of weeks that I think are important this year.
Ms. Crowley also passed an intern this 33 days. And her first day she was an intern, Ms. Crowley was graphic for the class. And, I think she's getting her eyes open what the social worker does in that building. Because she got her hands full a little bit, so it's fun to watch her eyes sometimes. She said, well, today we, yeah, it was good fun to watch her. Upcoming events, October 21st, 2025, 7 p.m. and November 4th. We are moving straight towards the holidays.
I was ready.
You're
Motion for
ready,
adjournment.
okay. I need a motion for adjournment.
There we go.
First by Mrs. Longacre. Second by Mr. Haynes, all those in favor. Meeting adjourned.
I say November 4th. November 4th.
Yes. So we can just,